Guys, we have a serious problem.
What's that?
Come on. I'm just gonna shut. So, folks, this is my 2020 Ram 3500 Limited. Driving to work this morning, and I'm talking to Ty. And all of a sudden, all the infotainment in the truck just freaks out. And I'm like, what the hell? Whatever. I start using my phone like normal. Called James. James actually driving with me, and I had my door open at the stoplight because I was resetting the truck. I was like, oh, maybe it's just a glitch.
Yeah, the truck shut off, doors open.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So,
yeah, I'm running out of gas again?
we get all the way to work. You know, I don't think much of it. I'm like, maybe it'll just fix itself. I was like, I'm just curious. I walk out here. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just check the fuse box. This is what it sounds like, though.
All phones connected. Hang up the phone and try again.
Pop the hood. just go ahead and pop her open.
Oh, no.
There was a squirrel living in my engine bay.
Good.
Dude, I haven't even pulled this back. Like, I have no idea what the damage is. He got into the hood liner, ripped it out, ate a bunch of stuff,
Made a mess.
made a nest. I mean, he had to have climbed out this morning while I was driving.
Dude, the fact that, so you, general repair shop, you know,
Yeah.
you see this often, but it's usually in a car that sits for like a week or two at a time.
This
and
thing
then
gets
they drive
driven
it.
every day.
You literally drive this thing every day. So for this to happen,
Real
while
tough
you're
break.
driving the truck every day, is just wild.
You know what, though? I have a video of the squirrel. He's a menace to my home. I got him in my side-by-side the other day, and I chased him off. Guaranteed he came and got this, dude. Hey, get out of there. Get on, hey. That's my Can-Am.
Oh, he's on your tire.
Hey, yeah, get out of there. Can we
He's got some
some McDonald's? I feel like I need gloves to pull this. I'm afraid he's still in here or something. I can see like fur and other crap.
I'm just waiting for like a whole rotisserie squirrel to still be in there from that last wire.
Starts to smell, yeah. You know what's crazy is I just jump started something like a couple days ago, and this, you know, none of this was here. This happened in one night. All right, well, I guess we'll try and figure out where he ate a wire. Stupid squirrel, dude. I'm gonna find him tonight.
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel.
Okay, so guys, this video is gonna be a little bit. Okay, so guys, this video is gonna be a little bit different of a format. You guys always say, hey, give old Jack Stan a camera when you're not there and he's doing stuff. So because of all the stuff going on down at the track, we've been killing it down there. I've been leaving the camera with James and Ty, and they're gonna get you all caught up to this point where we are here. Boom, look at that, just a little sample. Let's jump to those clips.
All right, we're here. Toast's new motor. I got the blower hat off, the transmission off, and we are going to be picking this thing up, putting the motor mounts on it, putting it in here, and clearing this firewall to fit that mag drive. We are putting a different steering system in here. We are upgrading from the steering box to a rack and pinion style steering with a tubular front cross member. We don't have it yet, but it says it has factory motor mount locations. So if we clearance everything to these factory mounts, well, they're aftermarket, but to these mount holes, it should still fit with the new cross member. So you see we got steering box, all the steering, sway bar, all this stuff that was blocking front of the K-member, and also where the stock steering box was, would be right where all this oil pump drive is. Part of the reason why we're going to a rack and pinion, not only to be able to steer better, but also where that factory steering box was is right where all this oil pump drive stuff is. All right, so we got both sides. As you can see, springs gone, shocks gone, spindles gone, lower control arms gone, because we're not going to be using any of that factory stuff. So when we take the fenders, the bumper, headlights, all that stuff off to do the tube front kit, we'll have all this out of the way and be able to stand closer to cut and fit the motor up into it. All right, front end off, Good thing about this is you see like all this factory crash bar, bumper brace stuff and all this, it's all gonna be gone now. So we're gonna have all the airflow to the big radiator we're gonna put in this thing, really get the coolant right. As you can see, old Toast is noseless. All right, so we got our base cut like I was talking about done. So we knew this was in the way. We didn't know how much of this is going to be in the way, but we knew this area would be in the way. So we went ahead and cut it out before we even tried to test fit the motor in, just so we know we're not having to take it out, 6 times to get a cut. It'll be, 2 or 3. And now the only thing I got to do is I got to go get a piece of chain to be able to lift the motor up from the cylinder heads. You don't want to pick these cars up or these motors up by the blower studs here, because these studs here, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're made with a shear force. So they're aluminum and they shear at a certain force. This way, if you have a big backfire, instead of it coming all through the blower and breaking stuff pre-blower, it just snaps these studs and lifts the blower up off the lower intake. All right, guys, so as you can see, this is roughly how it's gonna sit. That blower is significantly bigger than the one we had. And this here rear mag drive is actually going to sit almost smack dab right up on the windshield. It's gonna look pretty wild. You see we had to cut this section out to clear all down here and around here, which we have plenty of clearance to be able to do any kind of adjustments, remove this if anything, if we ever need to do anything in the future. But it's not all the way down. It's about 1 inch, but I would have to take this fitting off to get it to sit on here, but there's no point in doing that because that fitting will clear the tubular K-member. So it'll be 1 inch lower than it is now, but we're done cutting. That's all the clearance we're gonna have to do. The good thing about it is we didn't have to get into the bottom windshield railing. So this is where the window is glued to. So once we get the safety glass for this, it'll go right in like stock. All right, guys, so we're back with Toast and we have this box. This box here is from Rock Solid Motorsports out of Statesville, North Carolina. If you guys don't know about them, they build show quality race cars there, state-of-the-art fab guys, and they sell these pre-notched, pre-bent front ends. We hit them up because we need all the room up front here to mount, our fuel tank, our oil tank, our breather tank, and stuff like that on Toast. So they make a kit that has room. Let's see here. There you have it. So this, as you see, everything's already pre-cut, pre-bent, pre-notched. So you pretty much come in here and
Oh man, this guy's giving me a run for my money. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see by their welds here, this camera will capture that. As some would say it, them Insta famous welds. Then there they have it. But
did it for the gram.
I'm sure it comes with instructions on where to cut and whatnot. But that will replace from shock tower forward, front frame horns and everything with tube work that'll come actually out here to the nose of the bumper. So you can only imagine how much more room we'll gain up front. We can sink the radiator way up front on an angle and eliminate all this clutter of wheel well and sheet metal we no longer need.
Alright, so now that you guys are pretty much caught up, and I've been caught up with these guys, just keeping track of the things, they've been sending me photos and stuff. Now Toast has a lot more room, dude. That Rock Solid Motorsports kit, serious deal.
Yeah, really nice.
Very nice deal right there. So pretty fired up about that. But as you can see, we still have the stock K-member in the car. That old bulky unit, dude, just not gonna cut it.
I ain't gonna cut it.
We figured we're going this far, we got all this room, time to freaking upgrade our K-member and just buy ourselves a whole bunch more room. So we got here some boxes that we ordered from a local company, BMR Suspension. I'm pretty sure this thing's bright red. I'm just warning you. Shield your eyes.
Real match. Oh yeah,
that is
race.
It's a bright
car.
Beautiful race car red, dude. So this sucker is going to be able to accept a Pinto style rack versus the, what's it called, arm and pinion or whatever you were saying?
Gearbox, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the steering box, and then it's got a couple different pivoting arms. The OG F-body style steering sucks. Yeah. So rack and pinion, it's way easier, looks better, works better, and it allows us to run really whatever rack we want, so that we can maybe have a rack that kind of has some speed to it for the, it's almost like drifting when you're doing a burnout. It's like you're dancing out there. So man, she is pretty.
The bushings.
So this is going to be the only thing along the bottom of the car we have now,
instead of that big old thing. And then the other thing too is you see how the lower mount's bolt to that.
Yeah,
this is the lower mount now.
Yeah, so these were our engine mounts before. Basically, these will bolt up to the side of the big block, and then these will just pop right on top of that. So simple, man. So not only are we gaining room there, we're gaining room here. We also have an entirely new control arm setup, and we're gonna be switching this thing over to be on coilovers in the front. That's the only compatible control arm they had in stock, so we can't run the stock style suspension anymore, which is fine. We just gotta buy some coilovers for Toast to make it right. All the race car red parts for Toast, dude. Yeah. Those are serious, brother. Those are pretty beefed up, I will admit.
Little bump stops in it for when you jump it.
Hell yeah. Didn't you find some new spindles for this thing too?
I got a new set of stock spindles for it.
Ooh. So we clean those up, paint them black, cut off the ears.
I got to cut the ears off to make the brake kit work that we have. When I do that, I'll knock them with some degreaser, let them dry, blow some black paint like I did the front end on it. You know, one thing I did here too is while it was out, I mean, we went, you know, so nice with this, I went ahead and there's a bunch of different like rivet holes, drilled holes and stuff like that in the front rails we no longer needed, so I shaved pretty much the bay.
Cleaned her up, dude. It looks nice.
Filled a bunch of the holes we don't need.
And I'll say, dude,
flat.
Ty's welds looked really good too, so came together nice.
It's a solid piece now, and then, I mean, once we start getting tanks and stuff in here, it's pretty freaking sweet.
It's gonna look nicer than any of our other engine bays.
A little extra time, we were waiting on parts, so I was like, oh, you know, I'll make this thing just as nice.
It just looks right like that, to be honest, man. It's totally worth the extra time. So now, guys, as you can see, the entire front end, the front clip just pops off. The whole thing is over here. Basically, you bolt it back up in front of the doors, and then there will be one more tab welded on here, and that will hold the front end.
This tab goes here. Boom.
I don't think they can make it much more simple, man.
Yeah, I mean, Ty said it was a very straightforward kit. You know, these plates were cut, you know, like laser cut to fit here.
Oh, really?
So they're just like, you almost can't.
You can't screw it up.
If you have the ability to measure and be able to cut and weld, you can't. You know, like you almost can't mess it up.
Freaking, you're saying McFarland Fab would have had no issue with this?
Zero. Zero issue.
So we do have to finish up the firewall. That's the only thing we're waiting on a break. We figured, you know, we got an actual fabricator around here now. Ty is running around in the jet boat. We had to get some fabricating tools. So we got a brake, we got a tubing bender, and notcher. So that'll make things a lot nicer. So this whole firewall will be patched up, completely patched up, and the window actually clears. We did take the window out, but the window will go back in, be resealed back up, and good to go.
We popped the window out because we thought it was going to run into the lower window track.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. But I can assure you this, if we didn't pop the window, we would have cut right through it if it broke.
Yeah, it's close.
You know how we are.
I do know that. So. The good news is, guys, someone reached out with a very special part for the Rod Shop engine that I'm very fired up about. I can't say any more details about it now, but it's coming along. So the few things we're waiting on is our new fabrication tools. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, now that we got the K-member, we just got to get the coilovers, which I'll go order right now.
Yeah,
and we'll be freaking dialed in.
Just go with like a simple set of like QA1s or Viking, something that's you know, cost efficient for what we're doing.
Just
we don't
make it
need
sit
a crazy,
right.
You know, suspension.
That's all we need. So
we're not trying to go real fast, and we're just trying to be stable while doing a burnout.
I mean, wheelies would be nice.
That's I need a lot in the rear to wheelie this thing.
No, I'm saying we just need something nice and stiff up front. Give her some stability with that big top heavy engine we have now. So we got some cranking to do on this thing. Just a full update there on Toast. Thanks for watching. Do it for today. We'll freaking see you later.